Welcome back for another round of Fe-Brew-Ary. I couldn't remember what we were like. This isn't really adult beverage.
Out of beverages, uncorked.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So we just got done with our blind taste test where I was like kissing your stepsister. It's like because we did determine that I can taste the difference between beer from a can and beer from a bottle, but I just happen to like beer from a can more in that scenario.
That was hugely satisfying to me.
I know. Mostly because of all the times that I've ranted and raved about not drinking.
It was hugely satisfying to me because at the same time it also validated the fact that you can tell the difference.
You definitely can.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like a sommelier for beer. I don't know what you would call that. A beer sommelier.
I don't know.
I had a friend whose mom thought that a person who liked fine wine was a Somalian.
Depends on the Somali.
It could be, yeah, exactly. So too busy robbing ships and stuff to be tasting wine.
So Fe-Brew-Ary, the goal is to try one different brewery every single day.
For February, yep.
Yes, and so far we have tried 6. The beer tasting that we did today, I specifically chose Rogue Dead Guy Ale because I really like that beer, but also it's available in cans and bottles at the next store that I know. But today, so we've been kind of alternating. The first day I picked a couple of beers, and you came back the next day with 4 beers. Mm-hmm. So these are
2 more.
Rolly's Choice today.
Yep.
And so
I noticed you got 1 in a can and 1 in a bottle.
Yes.
I think you do the can thing just to annoy me now.
Well, I will say it's interesting because you always go for the interesting, new, obscure breweries.
And I like the different tastes. And
these are 2 pretty established craft breweries. There's Stones here.
I like Stone.
And Founders. Now, Stones...
I actually like both of these. I don't even look at what beer we're drinking. No one could be handing me cat piss and I would probably drink it.
That comes later. Yeah.
But only if it was cat piss out of a bottle.
So, here we go. Arrogant Brewing is from Escondido. So we're Escondido, California. My latest novel is set in Escondido, California. I'm not even freaking joking. My novel is set in the specific town of Escondido, California.
Is that near West Covina?
I believe that's fictional. But anyway,
yeah. West Covina's a real place.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually film on location for that show.
So, when I moved to America, I got a real thing for American IPAs, and my favorite was Stone's Ruination IPA.
We're doing Stone first?
I don't know, well, I was
going to say we should do Founders first.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to like the Stone more. Not because it's in a bottle. I think I just personally
So
like
let's
Stone.
go. Rewind.
Are we doing 2 IPAs today?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, this actually, no. This is a different one, so we'll focus on this one first. Okay, Founders. Founders, where is this from? Is this from Maine for some reason? Hang on. No, it's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And this is an all-day IPA. This is a session ale. I think we mentioned session ales. The whole point behind session ales is that they're lower in alcohol, so you could drink them all day long. So you could have
higher drinkability.
Yep, higher drinkability, exactly. And they have a little picture of a Woody station wagon, just like we used to have. Don't drink and drive, people. But there we go. So this is all-day IPA, which is an IPA you can drink all day. I think that's going to be interesting.
And it's funny because Founders also has one called Breakfast Stout.
Yes. So all-day IPA is interesting because we were talking about drinkability, which is the sort of the low flavor profile, which means you can drink lots of it. An IPA is not.
But I feel like drinkability should not be low flavor. I feel like I would rather drink something that has high flavor. I understand the concept is you can just keep drinking because there's no flavor, but I would rather have a more flavorful taste experience than I would rather drink that all day than drink just.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I mean, you're wrong, but I understand where you're coming from. So, cheers.
Cheers.
So I'm imagining before I even drink this that this will be slightly lower on the hops. It won't
This is very IPA-y.
And then it's definitely lower on the alcohol.
I could smell it and I was like, oh, this is an IPA.
Yeah, I mean
this is
because it's got that piney, the bitterness.
Yeah. It does have a piney taste. That's interesting. What's the actual? They have like a flavor for this, or it's just?
No, IPAs I've noticed. Now really I mentioned the word pine. Every time you have an IPA now, you'll be like, oh,
I know.
Yeah.
It was weird. As soon as you said it, I was like, huh, you're right.
It's got that piney bitterness. Mm-hmm. This is. I'd say this is very inoffensive.
Yeah. I like IPAs. So
I like IPAs. We were talking earlier.
Did you say you like IPAs?
I used to love
friends for 3 years. You always tell me.
It's funny because when we started drinking beers was when I got out of IPAs. I used to love IPAs, and then I think I just drank too many that were like over hopped in your face. Made you you drank them and they're like.
Right. It's interesting because now I'm starting to get away from IPAs.
Yeah, I think you just end up getting hopped out because they don't have the drinkability.
Good drinkability nonsense.
Yeah, but I mean, this is an IPA. This is very inoffensive. I mean, I think definitely after a long day, 1 pint of this would go down very, very nicely. I don't know if I could drink a significant. I don't know if I could do a session.
I don't think I could keep doing. So there's not high drinkability.
Yeah, I don't. It's funny because this is called a session ale, but I don't think it's got
the high drinkability.
I think the alcohol is about right. It's not in your face. How much is it? I think it's 4.7%. So
I was gonna guess that.
It's, I mean, that's about the same as most European. Yeah.
Can you guess the APV?
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that wasn't bad.
No, I mean,
I feel like what did we have the first day that I really crapped on?
Oh, that was the River Horse pills.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, the pills I hated.
But I mean,
no, but this one I like. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a session ale, I think Founders has really done exactly what they set out to do.
Yeah.
They were like, we're gonna lower down the profile of the hops so you could drink more of it, and we're going to lower down the alcohol so you could drink it for longer. And I think they succeeded. I mean, that does exactly what it says in the tin. I think that's no. Okay. Done.
On to Stone.
So as I said, Stones. I really like these guys. My favourite beer for a long time before I got off my IPA kick was their Ruination IPA, and they used to call it Ruination because they said it was so hoppy. It would ruin you for other IPAs, and maybe that's the reason I can't drink IPAs anymore.
Because you had Stone. I do like Stone IPA a lot.
They have their regular IPA, and then they have their Ruination IPA. And
I know, there's two different ones? I didn't realize that.
And their Ruination, I think, is only available in these big bottles. And I remember, for a while, I used to be manic about it, and I used to buy 2 bottles on my way home from work, and drink those, and that's
Yeah. You drank them on the car ride home.
Although in my Lincoln Town car I probably could have done.
Yeah.
But no, I mean I used to drink 2 big 24-ounce bottles a night, and then no wonder I can't drink hops anymore.
So you're drinking 48 ounces of beer a night?
Yeah.
It's very European of you. You're like, yeah, then I went to work.
Okay. So the other thing Stones is famous for is their Arrogant Bastard Ale, which has this super strong profile, which is why they call it the Arrogant Bastard. This is their Double Bastard. So here we go back. Warning: Double Bastard Ale is not to be wasted on the tentative or weak. Only the worthy are invited, and then only at your own risk. You have even a modicum of hesitation, do not buy this bottle. Instead, leave it for a worthy soul who is already matriculated to the sublime ecstasy of what those in the know refer to as liquid arrogance. This is one lacerative mother of a beer. It is unequivocally certain that your feeble palate is grossly inadequate and thus undeserving of this liquid glory, and those around you would have little desire to listen to your reluctant whimpering. Wow. Somebody
in the marketing department for Stone definitely was helping their kids study for the SATs.
Yeah. I mean, I admire all the stuff. We can't go through it here because it's like a Shakespeare soliloquy, but Double Bastard Ale calls out the garrulous, caitiffs who perpetuate the aforementioned atrocities and demands retribution for their outrageously conniving, intentionally misleading, blatantly masturbatory, and fallacious ad campaigns. Bloody hell.
I want to drink after reading all that.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean,
no.
Whoever wrote that? That is fantastic. I am very pleased that the thesaurus your aunt got you when you were 12 finally paid off.
Where is Stone from? Are they Chicago?
I believe we had this. They were from Escondido, California.
Oh, right, Escondido.
And they're brewed in Richmond, Virginia. And as I said, my latest novel is set in Escondido, California. In total coincidence.
Dark beer. I love dark beer.
Yeah, so this is a proper ale. Not like a red ale, very Irish style.
You can see I'm paying really close attention to what Roland's saying, based on the fact that I didn't remember Escondido, California, or that I was drinking an ale. Well, cheers.
Well, you know my wife, so you know that I'm not used to people paying attention
to
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But I like to hold myself to a higher standard, or drinkability, if you will.
Look at the head on that, by the way. That's like it.
You have a larger head than I did. But this is an interesting taste.
So the last time we had that one ale in there was a pig whistle or something like that.
Yeah.
Pig in a hole.
Yeah, pig in mud. Whatever pig.
Yeah. So this is the same style of beer. This is a red ale.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's actually very similar, I would say.
It is.
And this isn't oaked at all.
No. It's interesting because the second sip tasted slightly different than the first sip, which is a very wine thing to do. But I like this one. I like this one better than the Founders.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they're different styles, so it's hard to compare. But I'm trying to figure out what that.
This is much less aggressive.
What is what?
This is much less aggressive. I mean,
yeah.
It's funny, even though this is an everyday IPA,
yeah,
it was kind of in-your-face hops.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is kind of, you swill it down and it tastes very drinkable, and then afterwards it's like,
there's an interesting aftertaste. Yeah, I can't put my tongue on it. It's not like a like the other ones we had from the other day were all very like chocolatey. It's not like that kind of.
I know what you mean though. I get that.
Right. You get like that hint of. Like it's almost like you want to say it tastes like chocolate, but like, you know that it doesn't.
Yeah. Would you call it maltiness? I think that is the
maltiness is probably a good name.
And it's interesting because beer traditionally has like 4 ingredients. You've got the barley, the water, the hops, and the malt, and it's either the hoppy shit like this, and the malt has kind of like that caramelly.
Yes, caramelly is definitely definitely a good word for it. Did I tell you about Trust Falls?
No. Oh, wait, I mean I know what Trust Falls are.
No, not beer Trust Falls. Did I tell you about beer Trust Falls?
No.
So I was out in Morristown 2 weeks ago or last week. I don't know. My sense of time is very off. Doing all these overnights. But anyway, so I was out, and we were at a bar, and I always do this like, give me a beer, don't tell me what it is, let me guess what it is, thing, yeah. And the bartender's like, oh, like a Trust Fall, and I was like, I've been doing this for years, and I never thought to be like, yeah, Trust Fall, but it's a perfect name for it. So I feel like my ability to do Trust Falls is going to greatly elevate after doing Fe-Brew-Ary. Because I'm drinking so much beer in such a short amount of time.
Do you know, if I was a bartender and someone said, like, give me a beer, tell me what it is, and I just want to... if somebody had said to me Trust Fall for beers, I'd be like, fucking Bud Lime Light.
Well, no. Whenever I do a Trust Fall, I specify no macro brews.
Okay.
Only micro brews. Yeah, and then the guy... There's this, like, these 2 drunk guys that were on the opposite side of my friend, and
that'll be us one day.
That'll definitely be us one day. No, because we don't really get drunk when we go out. I mean, we do the pub crawl. So
yeah, one day.
One day, yeah. No, but they were like but they were like younger than we are.
Oh,
they were younger than I am because
When you said drunk guys, I was thinking like old guys.
No. These guys were like 22, probably.
Well, they need to get their shit together.
I know, really. So anyway, I get a call. I come back, and they're talking to the girl that I was with, and I was like, I left them for like 2 minutes. Like, how is it possible that they struck up a conversation with her? And they're like, "Do you watch How I Met Your Mother?" And I was like, "Yes." And they're like, "We have some trivia for you." And I was like, "Fucking great! Like, I will ace this." And they're like, "Who missed the field goal for the Minnesota Vikings in the 1999 NFC Championship game?" And my first thought was like, "That's not How I Met Your Mother trivia. That's just general football knowledge trivia." And I was like, "Gary Anderson." And they're like, "Damn." And I was like, "Did you ask me that just so you can slam your hand on the bar and yell damn?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "There's something inherently wrong with you." But then he didn't finish. He was like, "I'll have a trust fall flight." So he had like a whole flight of beer, not knowing what any of it was. And then he gave me some, so I can't complain too much. So thank you, wherever you are, drunken idiot from Morristown 2 weeks ago or a week ago, whatever that was. I don't know. By the time this airs, it'll probably be like a month from now.
Morristown.
Yeah,
Just
Morristown.
trying to think.
Not to be confused with Morristown. There's Morristown, which is down by Philly, and there's Morristown, which is up.
No, I know the Morristown.
Yeah.
It's literally like the first week I lived in America, we went to Morristown to go to the bank or something. I was like, this is fucking out there. But
You drove to Morristown?
yeah, because
Go to
I'm
the
British,
bank?
and it's like being British. You don't like if anything is 20 minutes away. You're like, oh, bugger that.
Yeah, but you're living in the city, weren't you?
No. When we first did, we were in Somerville, so.
Okay. Yeah, Somerville's probably close to Morristown.
I mean, it was 40 minutes, and I remember being like, 40 minutes, I don't know about that. Because you're in England, nobody drives anywhere. So it's, I mean, literally, if you got your legs cut off by a combine harvester, and the emergency room is 40 minutes away, you'd be like, I'll just die. Stick the TV on, make me a cup of tea. Anyway, okay, so I think
you don't really drink tea. It's not like
I can't stand
it's like the
myself.
one not British thing you do.
Also, I'm not big on soccer. So
You're not.
Football.
Yeah, football. Yeah, exactly. They're not big on. Yeah, but you're big on like other British sports like dressage.
I actually got an award for dressage, which
I don't know why you're bragging about that.
I find it really funny because I used to do eventing, which is where you do dressage and show jumping across country, and I always enjoyed the cross country the most. I always was pretty good at show jumping. Dressage, I was terrible at, except my horse. I mean, that's the whole thing. My horse did like it on autopilot, so I was doing okay. But anyway, right.
Were you on a high horse with that one? Like after we won the award, it was a high horse.
I was like, horse, you need to go and cold turkey for that marijuana.
Nice.
Right.
Well, as he finishes up his beer, we're finishing up another round of Fe-Brew-Ary, and we will we'll see you next time. Watch Adult Beverages every Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever we get around to editing it.
Yes, every Tuesday, depending on the efficiency of the editor.
Right.
I could be editing right now, but instead we're drinking beer.
Well, you know what? It's worth it.
Yes.